You're watching Truth Behind Bars, where real crime cuts deep. Tonight, the chef who fed his secrets to a small town, one bite at a time. Tap subscribe, like and share before the next course disappears. Daniel Harper wasn't just a chef, he was the chef. In a quiet Texas town where everyone knew your name, his name was on the menu. The gossip, the lips of anyone who'd ever had his signature cut. His steaks, legendary. His mystery burgers, addictive. Some locals said they'd sell their souls for one more bite. Others may have already lost theirs. But behind the back door of that restaurant, past the cutting boards and seasoning rubs, was a walk-in freezer where secrets were stored on ice. Secrets with names, faces, and missing persons reports. And Eliza Harper? She was the only one who saw the truth. Behind the apron, behind the charm. The man she married wasn't just slicing meat, he was hiding murder in plain sight. She thought love could protect her, but when she finally threatened to go to the police, she didn't know she was making her final reservation at her husband's table. This is the story of the chef who fed his demons to the public. And when his secret ingredient was at risk of being exposed, he made sure the last course was personal. Lockwood, Texas. Population 4,211. The kind of town where doors stayed unlocked and Friday nights meant dinner at the same place every week. At the center of it all was the butcher's table, a rustic steakhouse known for two things: Daniel Harper's culinary genius and his unwillingness to share the recipe. Daniel Harper, trained in New York, returned home to bring fine dining to small-town America. But behind the charm and confidence was a man many described as obsessive, brilliant, and disturbingly private. Then came Eliza, warm, whip-smart, and devoted. She was the front of house, always smiling, always watching. Locals said they were a perfect match. But Eliza saw more than the guests ever did. She saw the cracks, the strange deliveries, the nights he never came to bed. Over the years, people disappeared. A hiker here, a hitchhiker there. No one connected it to the cozy little restaurant with the glowing reviews. Why would they? But Eliza was keeping track. In her journal, in whispers to friends. She was starting to connect dots no one else wanted to see. She once told a friend, "Something's wrong in that kitchen, and I think I married it." That photo was taken 1 week before she vanished. So what really happened inside that kitchen? What did Eliza find? And how long had Daniel been serving something inhuman? To the locals, Daniel Harper was a culinary genius, a perfectionist with a blade, a maestro of meat. His restaurant, the butcher's table, was more than a business. It was the place. Date nights, anniversaries, even baby showers. Everyone ate there. But Daniel wasn't exactly warm. He rarely left the kitchen, didn't mingle, didn't drink. He had one passion: the food. And one rule: no one else touches the meat. Eliza Harper, on the other hand, was the people. She knew names, stories, allergies. A former waitress turned full-time manager and full-time wife, she was the only one Daniel seemed to trust. She supported his dream, ran the books, calmed the staff. She even handled the health inspector, twice. But as the restaurant's success grew, so did Daniel's distance and his darkness. There were whispers about drifters who ate and never paid, about a man who applied for a job and vanished after his second shift. And always that strange smell from the back freezer, metallic, sour, unforgettable. The staff joked, called it the butcher's cut. But Eliza, she wasn't laughing. She started asking questions, checking invoices, watching Daniel when he thought she wasn't. And what she found, she never got the chance to tell anyone. Not in person, anyway. Because soon, Eliza Harper disappeared, and the only person who wasn't looking for her was the man she married.
It was a Thursday night.
Business was slow. Eliza Harper was last seen locking up the butcher's table at 10:38 p.m. Neighbors said they heard voices, raised, then silence, then a sound they couldn't place, like metal hitting tile. I think someone's hurt next door. There's blood on the sidewalk. Inside, nothing looked unusual. No sign of a break-in, no sign of a struggle, just clean, too clean. Daniel Harper told officers Eliza had gone to visit her sister. He even offered to make them coffee. But when investigators reviewed security footage, they saw the last known image of Eliza alive. Arguing with her husband, outside the very freezer he swore she never touched. Weeks passed, no credit card activity, no contact, no Eliza. Then, a rookie officer returned to the scene and lifted the drain cover in the kitchen floor. What they found was microscopic, but damning. Traces of human DNA matched to Eliza Harper. Inside the meat grinder, they found fragments. Tiny, burned, but unmistakably human. A piece of jawbone, a molar, Eliza's wedding ring, fused to a shard of vertebra. The freezer, scrubbed with industrial bleach. The knives, sterilized. Every surface wiped down, except for a hairline smear beneath the freezer's baseboard. That print belonged to Eliza, the last thing she ever touched before she vanished. But as detectives built their case, they uncovered something far more chilling, that Daniel's secret ingredient may have been served to customers for months before Eliza ever disappeared. Someone had been eating what he was hiding. At first, it didn't add up. No clear motive, no confirmed body, just a missing woman, and a husband with nothing but calm explanations. Then detectives started digging, not just into the floor drain, but into the books, and that's when they saw it. Dozens of meat deliveries Daniel had marked as local cuts, but no supplier matched the name. It was a phantom vendor, dozens of pounds of mystery meat, with no origin and no trace. Surveillance footage from behind the restaurant showed Daniel making late-night disposal runs, bags heavy, leaking. One bag twitched. He told me never to open the back freezer, said it was off limits. I quit after I saw something wrapped in plastic. It looked like an arm. I didn't ask. I just walked out and never went back. Then came the ledger, hidden beneath a floorboard in Daniel's private office, the one only Eliza had keys to before she disappeared. Inside, investigators found initials, dozens, names that matched missing persons reports from all over the region. Each entry listed a cut, a date, and a weight like stock, like meat. But the break in the case didn't come from Daniel. It came from Eliza. Her journal, discovered hidden behind the baseboard of their bedroom closet, told the story no one else could. She knew everything, and she planned to go to the police the very next morning. But Eliza Harper never made it out of the kitchen. The trial of Daniel Harper wasn't just a case, it was a spectacle, a culinary darling turned accused cannibal, a missing wife, and a town that had unknowingly dined on horror. Prosecutors laid out the evidence like a 7-course meal, and every course was damning. They presented bone and DNA analysis that confirmed the remains belonged to Eliza Harper and others still unidentified. Her journal was entered into evidence, the chilling warning in her handwriting, "He's not who he says he is." And then came the most disturbing revelation. Forensic food analysis confirmed that multiple batches of meat served at the butcher's table contained human tissue. Customers had eaten what Daniel was hiding, some more than once. But the defense pushed back, claiming Eliza had run off, framing Daniel in the process. They hinted at mental illness, accused a rival chef of planting evidence. They called it a witch hunt. Still, nothing prepared the court for what came next. I ordered the Eliza special that night. It was tender, smoky, something about it just stuck with me. I'll never forget that taste. And now I wonder what I really ate. The jury went pale, the courtroom fell silent, and for the first time, Daniel Harper looked satisfied. After just 4 hours of deliberation, the verdict was unanimous. Guilty of murder, guilty of desecration, guilty of serving human remains for profit. He was sentenced to life without parole, the restaurant was condemned, and the town, it would never eat the same way again. But what the jury didn't know, what was never revealed in court, is that Eliza may not have been the first. There were more entries in that ledger, more specials served before her. And in Lockwood, not every plate has been accounted for. Daniel Harper was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. He will never leave prison. And the restaurant where it all happened, it's been closed ever since. A shrine to a horror the town still tastes in memory. Memorial for Eliza now stands where her hostess podium once stood, but it doesn't end there. A second plaque lists the names, or initials, of at least 6 others, suspected to have met the same fate. Victims without graves, meals without names. In Lockwood, Texas, the scars run deep. Some refuse to speak his name, others claim they still smell smoke from the old kitchen vents at night. And Eliza? She saw what no one else would. She questioned the man she loved, and in the end, she was the only one brave enough to speak, and she paid with her life.
Do you think Daniel acted alone?
Was he feeding the town more than just lies? And what would you do if the person you loved turned the dinner table into a coffin? Drop your theories in the comments below. We read everyone. Do you think this case is truly closed? Or did Lockwood just stop asking questions? If stories like this grip you where love turns lethal and kitchens hide corpses, hit that subscribe button, because we're just getting started. Next week, we follow the trail of a nun whose secret diary led to an arrest 50 years after the murder. Trust us, you won't see this one coming.